webinar, we're going to be talking about the best ways for handling supplements in Simsol. Now that storm season has calmed down and repairs on homes have begun, supplements are increasing in number, especially after this record-breaking season. Where we're going to be focusing on the best ways to handle the supplements in Simsol. Let's start with our agenda. First thing we're going to be going through is creating a supplement using the Breakout feature. After that, we're going to be talking about the 3 different types of printouts using the Breakout feature. And then at the end, we're going to talk about how to create a standalone supplement. All right, now let's get started. Again, if you have any questions, please use the Q&A feature. And depending on the question, we'll address it during the presentation or at the end. All right, Danny, are you there?
Yes, I'm ready. All right, welcome everybody. My name is Dan Sutliff. I'm the Director here of Training here at Simsol Software. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing you how the best way of doing supplements here. And to accomplish this task, we use what's known as a breakout feature. This can be either used, and we need to check, what we need to do is check with your various different carriers and IA firms. And so what that does is if the breakout feature can be used. Another way that a lot of the adjusting companies are using is just taking the claim file and then just copying it and then just adding or deleting the items that needed for that. That will update all your flood forms, and usually that would be used for like a flood claim. But I'm going to show you the breakout function as well as the other feature. So let's get started. So what we first need to do is go into a claim, which I have right here. And let's say that we have to make an adjustment on this. So what I'm going to do, so the first thing that we need to do is come up into the building estimate information window. You're then going to come up and then we're going to select where it says estimate breakout feature. We need to check that. So that means that we can use one of these methods for flood, supplement, remediation. Usually it'll be a supplement that we're going to be using. So I'm selecting that, and now I'm going in to use my scope of damage. Now remember that the breakout feature has 3 distinct different types of estimates. Estimate 1 is for non-supplement items, and that is what your estimate is currently. The other one will be the supplement, so you'll have an estimate just to show the supplement items that you do. And the third is going to be a combination of the original estimate along with the supplement, and it will give you an updated statement of loss as well as any of the other forms. So that's what the breakout function does. And what you'll do is you'll go into, for example, a area, and so I'm going into the area and bringing it up. So let's say that we need to change a price on this or add to it. So I'm going to come up here and hit the list button, and so we have the exterior siding. So let's say that we have to actually replace this siding at $4. Okay, so that's just a $1 increase. What I could do here is actually come up and double click on this, and this is the first way that we can do this. I can come up and then select the line item, which is right here, which is the original area of $3.90, and I need to add $1 to it. So what I can do here is do the quantity, and that will be $3.90, and then I can select that, and then from that I can then select what the difference in pricing would be, which would be $1. So as I do that, it will automatically take the $3.90 and apply it to the $1 as the supplement. Okay, so that's one way we can add it. So what it does is it'll take the original amount of $3.90, you take the difference, you can then add the $1. So that works out real well. Okay, so what we're going to do now is show a different type. If I have to go out here to the, for example, the one of the rooms here, I select it, click on list, and here's my scope. So if I need to actually, I can do what's known as a negate of an item, and that means that I can take this electrical outlet, apply it, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to look, double clicking on it, and see how I have the 1564 on the total unit cost. I'm going to negate this item just by putting in a negative, and then that way I have that done. And now I'm going to select the new item, which is an electrical outlet. I am then going to select maybe scope number 9, hit the 6 in there. Instead of 1564, I can actually make it, let's say 17. Now from that, I'm going to click the override button and make sure that my supplement of 6 is being applied with that price. So what I did is I negated the first original estimate and then replaced it with the 17. So that's one way that you can manipulate your cost. So there's a couple ways we can do this. We can either do the difference in price if you wish to do so, if you add or delete, or you can negate the item, which erases it, and then actually put a brand new item in. So those are the easiest ways to do the supplement off that. So as you just work through your estimate, so I'm just going to come over here to list and see if there's anything else we can come up and do. Like for example, if we need to make our texture walls. Now, if this is kind of like an important tip, if you've got to do all your walls, if you have to do all your walls, then basically what I can do is go to global. So as I select that and then come out over here for the texture walls, so here's my textured walls, double click on it, and then as I select it, I can then come up and then wherever this is at, I can then amend that if I need to do so. So if I need to add 10 cents to this or 15 cents to it, I can take the original where my supplemental is and then globally add it that way. So that works out real well, so I can just change it. Or do the difference. So it's up. If you had to do 5 cents, you could do it. I still have to do the negate item for this. So I can just come up and then select update, and then that would automatically update all the line items in there as a supplemental item. So that works out real well. I didn't do that, but there we go. So you can use the global function to actually manipulate your supplemental items. Okay, so it's basically what you're trying to do is take the estimate, modify it as needed. Okay, so either using the negate option, or you can then use the difference of option. So from the original. So that's up to you on how you'd like to proceed. Now, basically, what you want to do is when we get these items, and I'm just going to show you a real quick report, as you are done with your supplement, we're going to come up here and we're going to select the print options. And that's where the breakout options really come into being, because I'm going to take my building estimate, place it over there on the far right, and then you can just select the sketch if you want to make it easy. But this is what you need to be aware of. Here we have a supplement estimate, non-supplement, and then the total estimate. Let me explain this. The estimate is going to give me everything that you originally had from the original estimate plus the supplemental items if you check it with the estimate. I'm going to uncheck it right now. Here, where we come down where it says non-supplemental estimate, that'll be your original estimate. Okay, so non-supplement estimates. Anything that we did on the supplement will show up. So as I uncheck this, I'm only going to print the supplemental items. So if you only need that, I can click on print and then go to a print preview, and then you can see your line item. There we go. Here's my supplemental items that I did. So I have, for example, I've got my main building, I've got the repair, and it will show me my line items that I made in there. Let's see here. So if I think we did the any of the supplement items. Hold on just a second. Basically, when you do this, it's going to be all your areas will show up, but there will be nothing in them except for, there we go, right there. Replace exterior wall siding. So I did the unit cost, and then that would be my difference for my supplement right there. Does everybody see that right there? When you print out the estimate supplement related items, it's going to print out all your area names with the dimensions, but there'll be nothing in them. But then you find out here I've got the main grouping for the exterior elevation, in this case the replace exterior wall siding. So there is my unit cost, there's my amount, that would be my supplement. If I want to see the original estimate, I uncheck the supplemental estimate and I check non-supplement items. I select the print, and this is what your original estimate was. So as you can see, this is the original estimate. Now, if I want to see the combined estimate, then I make sure that this is selected and these two are not selected, or you can print all three. That's up to you. Okay. So when I print this out, it's going to print out the original estimate plus the supplement. So I can go back down to the last item, which is, I believe it was in the, there we go. I think it was the repairs of the exterior elevation. Yes, right there, as you can see right there. Okay, so remember that when you do want to make a change in here, you pick a line item. You need to select the item that you want to change or add to. So it's up to you on how you would like to proceed. Do you want to negate the item and then add an item as the supplement? That's up to you. Or you just want to do a price increase from 65 cents, and then you can add the difference of 30 cents. Just make sure that your supplement quantity is matched. Or if it's less, or if you have to change the quantity, make sure that that's there. But this is basically handling the supplement side when you click this. Okay. Now remember that you can also have to negate the item. So what I would do is come up here and then select wall insulation. And then what you can do here is come to the original wall insulation. Then you can then add a negate item, which is right here. So you can click scope number 9 and then negate it. Okay, so the reason why you're doing this is you're negating the original line item in the system and then adding to whatever you want. Okay, And remember, don't use your quantity because that will not work in the system. You have to use the price, okay? So make sure if you need to negate this item, you can then select it that way, okay? So that's how that basically works. And once you have marked it for the supplement within the breakout function, then you use your printer option to then print it out. Okay, so that's one way of doing supplements in the Simsol system. The other way is I'm going to switch gears here. Is that I'm going to show you what basically flood companies do. Okay, and basically the reason why that is so they can update their forms correctly. Okay, it's a good idea actually to make a copy of the claim for the supplement just for safety reasons. So if you just come up here and you just highlight the claim and hit copy, give it a name, and then you will have a duplicate of that, and then you can then work off that copy or to do your supplements. So the second way of doing this is basically preferred in the flood world, is that I would come up and I would just go into the copy claim, go into the scope of damage, and then, for example, just delete the items that don't apply. So I'm deleting the areas that don't apply to the supplement. So basically I'm getting rid of these. And usually this method here is preferred for doing flood claims. And the reason is because you're just taking the claim and copying it. And from that, then you can add to it or delete it, whichever it is. And the claim will be concentrated just on the supplemental items themselves. And this is the more preferred method. I did have to show you the breakout function because it's used in win. The breakout function is used more in the win side. Okay, so for example, I'm just deleting the areas that do not apply. Okay, so I had an exterior elevation in here, and I can do a roof. Just do this. All right, so for example here, I've got a couple of just one entry here. Like for example, if I come up into the exterior elevation, okay, so now that I have these items, okay, so if I have to make a difference on here, for example, so if I have to increase the remove wall siding by 10 cents, then I'll come up here like this and go up into the remove side, go to the total unit cost. Instead of 66 cents, I will make it 10 cents. Okay, so that would be the increased difference, okay, because I already have the original paid at 66. Okay, so I'm adding 10 cents to it. So as I do that, I click on done. I go to the next one, $3.91. Let's say that I need to add $1 to that. So it's what the difference is. Okay, so basically that's how I can do a real easy addition to as a supplement. So what happens is once I have that in there, that will automatically update all my forms, my flood forms, by whatever the amounts that I've just placed in there. Let's try something different. I'm going to come up in here and I'm going to select an item. And let's say that I had carpeting, okay? And on this carpeting here, that was Berber carpeting instead of just carpeting per square yard. So what you have to do is you have to delete this line item of 3108 and then add Berber. So what I'm going to do is double click on this. I am going to negate this item. Remember that I'm using the total unit cost and placing the negative amount in, and then selecting done. Then from there, I'm then going to add my Berber carpeting. Okay, so I'm going to come down here to carpeting per square yard. I'm going to then come in and leaving that 2 there because I still have to remember I still have to account for the original one. So as I come down to Berber, select it, go down to premium grade, I am then going to do the installation of the Berber carpeting. Now, once I have that done, don't forget that you are now going to delete the items that do not apply. So I'm going to come up here and then select this item over here all the way up down to the carpet and pad because we've already paid them for that. So I'm deleting those items, and then I'm deleting the items that do not apply. So I have the replace carpeting, which is a negative amount. I've got the premium grade at 47, so it will do the difference for me, and it will automatically update my form. So I'd like to show you that. I'm going to delete this roof as well. All right, so I have my 2 items here. My difference is, my price is $769.13. So now when I come up and I do the actual forms, and I come up here to new, and I select proof of loss, it will automatically fill that out for me. Remember, in the first golden rule that I just forgot to do, don't forget to take out the deductible. I know that some of the users out there right now are just going, yep, we know. There we go. All right, so basically what I'm doing is coming here to loss information, coming over into my coverages. From my coverages on my deductible has been changed. That way we'll update my form. There we go. So just remember, do not forget to take out the deductible if you're doing this other method. So as I come back to my proof of loss, it will automatically bring it in for you. So my less deductible has been applied. If it's a full replacement cost, it will reflect that. If it's an ACV claim, it will reflect that. Okay? So, and then you would just go to your building RC if applicable, and the final report will automatically be updated. So supplements can be done, like I said before, in 2 ways. One is that breakout feature. That's more if you're doing a wind claim because the carrier wants to see what the total impact of the claim would be. And that's usually how that breakout function comes into being. The second one that I just showed you is how to take a supplement and then add or delete the items and then delete also all the non-affected items. So your loss is only going to show what the supplement would be. Okay? So don't forget to copy the estimate when you first start it. So I would like to open it up for any questions, if I may.
So if there are any questions, go ahead and use the Q&A feature. We'll be able to answer them from there. So go ahead and type it into the Q&A box. All right, we have one here. If we copy the claim, will it still be able to be uploaded to ClaimsWire?
The answer is yes, and that's an excellent question because the unique ID also copies it. It didn't used to at first, but it does now. So if you make a copy, it will copy the unique ID, and it will go up to ClaimsWire.
All right.
And I can do that, I can show that real quick by just clicking on this. And then there's the claims wire icon, because I did a copy on this one.
You have another one here. The example of just a content SM supplement.
I'm sorry, try that again.
Let me see here. I'm not sure. Content SM supplement.
Probably just a content supplement example.
Oh, content. Okay, I thought that was something special. An example of just a content supplement. Can you show us that?
Yep. If you come over here in the contents inventory of items, you click on the area on the method 2. Let me just put this as let's say Danny's bedroom. What you want to do is do the same rules as you do for the building. If you have, for example, an existing armoire and you needed to make a change to that, and this, let's say that this was the original one, and you had some depreciation here. And so if you need to make a change to this, what I would do is, let's say that you needed to increase this by up to 4,000, I would use the negate option, in which what I would do is come up in here and click on list, and then come over to the total unit cost, negate the original. You might even want to put a user node in. Something like that. Click on done, and then from that I would go back and then select this item here, click on the age, and this one could be 4,000. Select whatever depreciation that you'd like, and then from that it will then take the difference in and then push that up.
Okay. I have here from Mark about what about notes? I mean, I did see where he had there, but maybe he means another place.
Well, you would use your notes off from here, estimate comment notes, and say this would be the supplement item if you want. But they'll already know that because it's a positive entity or a positive item.
All right. Next question. When you copy a claim, there is a warning message about losing claims wires features.
Right.
So
You're
the
not
warning
disregard
is
that.
not okay.
It's not
So it's not
valid.
required.
It
Okay.
used to be. It used to be. But if you take a look, let me show you. This was the original claim that I copied today. And if I come up and I select print, there's the original claims wire icon.
Okay. And then I have here from Bill, even if you rename the estimate, maybe that was when you were answering another question.
Yeah. Usually what I do is I leave it the same. If you're using claims wire, leave it the same name, because that's how they're bringing it up. It might not pass audit, but if you use everything the same in the header, but I make another drawer myself and then call it supplements, and then put that new copy in the supplements drawer if you wish to do so. That will give you full, complete dysfunction of not combining both items, not knowing which one it is. I just make up a drawer called supplements.
All right. Next question. In the breakout method, checking the breakout button will add the supplement on top of the original estimate?
Basically, it adds to it from the original estimate. You can present it. The reason why a breakout function was presented in that way is for win claims. And in the win claim, they usually want 3 different types of submissions, okay? They already have the original estimate, which has already been done, but they also want to show the, they also want to show you the supplement by itself. And then the breakout function will take whatever supplement that's in that box over there. Let me just show you. sorry. I'm in there right now. There we go. So if I come over here and I go to the scope of damage, and let's see, I'm in the wrong one. Not my fault. So if I go to this one here and I go to the scope of damage, and then I would go into the item, okay, or let me just print it. And as I come over and then select the printing estimate over, I'm going to uncheck this. Remember that sometimes the carrier wants to see the original estimate plus the supplement together. It's, in my opinion, usually you break them out. But so you would just uncheck this. There's three ways to present. So as I just want to see just the supplement items by themselves, I check on the supplement estimate and then click the print button. Now, what that does for me is it's going to give me the estimate for just the supplement, which is right here. Now, remember that the items are see how I have my -1 on the wall insulation. It will tell me what the amounts are. So this is just any in the estimate, all the estimates supplemented related items that we have changed. Now, why do we do that? Is instead of doing the second way, is that it will be combined with the original estimate. So let's say that I would like to do a statement of loss, and this, so I can come over here, go to my loss information, and then select statement of loss. So I'm going to be looking for that SOL button. Come up here and do the copy all. So when I do this, it is going to give me the full impact of the claim. So I can just print the supplement items, then do a statement of loss to reflect what the total impact of that claim would be, and also approve. Go ahead.
All right, we have a few more questions. We want to make sure we can get it within the hour. And the other one, I think you already answered this. Will a copy claim upload to ClaimsWire if the renamed claim number has an A-S1 at the end of it?
Good question. It goes through an audit process, but I don't think it checks the file name. So I think a -S would probably work. I'm not 100%, but I usually do not put a -S on it. But I don't through the audit process when it goes up. I don't think it checks the file number.
All right, next question here. Since the insurers have not yet submitted signed proof of losses on a recent flood claim, shouldn't we revise the entire estimate for a new revised total so the proof of loss reflects the revised total and not just a supplement?
I would say yes. If you did not submit it as of yet, and you just get some new information in, or you did submit it, or it did not go to the carrier and still at the IA firm, yes, you could update that and then sent that in through the ClaimsWire system, and then use that one. They can use that submittal instead of the other. But you need to check. You need to check with your IA firm on what direction that they want you to do.
All right, next question we have from Gregory. When you copy the original estimate, does the software automatically assign a new or unique file name? If not, how do you edit the file name?
No, it does not put a new unique ID. That's what it just copies the original. That's what you want. So when you make another one up and you place it in a separate directory, then I believe you can put a -S in. I have to verify that, but I believe the audit does not check that. So, but yes, you could put a -S in, and that could represent the supplement.
And here we go, the last question. What about adding missed content items to a contents-only supplement?
Try that again one more time.
What about adding missed content items to a contents-only supplement?
Oh yeah, you just go in, make a new you just copy the claim, go into the contents, the new contents, or delete all the contents items and just add those items that are needed, and then it will update your forms for you automatically.
All right, perfect. All right, if anybody has any other questions, go ahead and put them on. If not, we're going to be wrapping up. We'll give you guys a couple minutes if you have any other questions. Okay, here I have from Richard, negative S1, 2, etc., adding to the client files number for an SUP or CAP or RAP work.
Right. For a cap, that's just a request for a supplement. The actual supplement would be the file name. On the other one, I don't know. Probably one of the IA firm personnel.
Okay, perfect. All right, we are going to go ahead and wrap it up. And if you have any questions, please contact us at info@simsol.com or give us a call. All right, thank you guys for your time and attending. Have a wonderful afternoon.